I am Matt Rudolph, joined alongside
Jack Dixon.
Hello and welcome to the Laker Turf Stadium for the SUNYAC matchup between the Oswego State Lakers and the SUNY Potsdam Bears. I am Matt Rudolph, joined alongside Jack Dixon. Jack, how are we feeling for today's matchup?
You know, Matt, I feel pretty confident about Oswego's capabilities here. Currently, Oswego has a 27-3 win over Potsdam. That is their overall record. Currently, Oswego has 488 total goals, so just only 12 goals here will hit that 500 mark. That is compared to the measly 217 goals for Potsdam. You know, last season they had a 13-12 win. Oswego did over Potsdam. But currently this season, Oswego averages 16 goals a game, and Potsdam only averages 7. So I'm feeling pretty confident in Oswego's capabilities here.
Yeah, Jack, Oswego has been having yet another back-to-back phenomenal season. They're currently 9-4, 6-0 in conference, been dominating again. Tied for the number 1 seed with Cortland in the SUNYACs right now. Compared to Potsdam, they are currently 3-9 and 1-5 in conference. So I have full confidence as well in Oswego to get it done here today for this matchup. I want to take a quick look at each team's last matchups. Jack, talk me a little bit through the Oswego versus Plattsburgh 16-1 win.
Yeah, 16-1. That's asserting dominance there over Plattsburgh. Crochet and Hill both had hat tricks, so I would say that those are two key players to probably look at today.
Yeah, and then on the other side, Potsdam just faced off against Fredonia this past Saturday, and it was an absolute just incredible ending to the game. A double overtime victory for Fredonia. Potsdam on a one-game losing streak now. Double overtime buzzer beater by Miley Baran for Fredonia. Snuck it in with just under 1 second left on the clock. Great shot from her to take a victory for Fredonia and putting Potsdam to 1-5 in SUNYAC play. Also want to talk a little bit about just the SUNYAC with just standings currently. Cortland is currently 6-0, Oswego 6-0, and then the next two, they're tied for first, as I had mentioned, and then the next runner-ups are New Paltz, Buff State, and Oneonta. They've all been having very well seasons as well so far. So SUNYAC, very, very competitive league this season. I am very excited to see what ends up happening for the rest of the year. Jack, what do you think?
Yeah, Oswego and Cortland, obviously both clinched, but New Paltz and Buffalo State are always in third and fourth. It's a very competitive league, and I'm grateful that Oswego and Cortland are both in it, so we could see hopefully another exciting championship matchup.
Yeah, that matchup is coming as the last game of the season for Oswego and Cortland, so that's one to look out for. That game will be getting played at Cortland. I also want to talk a little bit about players to watch here, Jack. On the Oswego side, Cassidy Croce having a phenomenal junior year season so far. Talk to me a little bit about what she's been doing so far.
Cassidy Croce is a great player to watch. She's number 4, and she has 33 goals on the season with 2 assists. So that's 35 points, man. That's a lot. And that's actually the second most on the team.
Yeah, she's been playing very, very well. On the Potsdam side, we have Megan McWilliams. She's also been having a standout season for these Potsdam Bears. Talk to me a little bit about what she's been up to.
Yeah, number 5, Megan McWilliams. She's had 19 goals and 8 assists. So just an all-around great year with a total of 27 points. And she currently leads the team in points.
Yeah, she does. She currently has 27 points, as you mentioned. So helping lead this team, although not the record that they're probably hoping for, she has still been playing very, very well for the Bears. And then last little thing that I kind of want to mention before we get into national anthems and everything like that is the coaches. Both coaches, Britt Howard for the Lakers, she's in her 10th year as a head coach here. She is 88-56 through the season and the last 10 years so far. She's helped lead this Laker team to a SUNYAC Conference Championship for the first time last year. A lot of semifinals appearances for her. So overall, phenomenal coach. On the other side, we have Taylor Swamp. She is an interim head coach for the Potsdam Bears right now. She's currently 3-9. Not the best start for an interim head coach that you're probably hoping for, but we'll see if she can help maybe turn the season around a little bit and get a couple more wins to show why she should be the head coach going into next year. Another thing that we can talk about is goalie comparisons. Talk to me a little bit about Alana Ikavasi.
Yeah, Alana Ikavasi. She has 52 save percentage, which is actually phenomenal for women's goalie. And then she also have 64 goals against and 70 saves. So that's only 6.2 goals allowed per game, which is absolutely phenomenal in the game of lacrosse.
Yeah, and on the other side of the ball, we have Olivia Minarich. 37% save percentage so far on the season with 63 saves. Both goalies have been playing pretty well for their teams, and I think that they are both anchors of their defense. So we're going to see what both goalies are up to today. Moving in to just a little bit of stats as well we can talk about while we have the time is the goals to shots. Oswego is a very high shooting team with 367 shots so far this season, only scoring 177 of them, but roughly about a 50% goal to shot average, which is pretty good. And then on the Potsdam side, we have a 77 shots and 77 goals, and 207 shot attempts. So they're a little lower, probably in the 40% range for the Bears. We are going to throw to a quick break, and we will see you back at the start of the game.
$7, $6,
You better watch it.
$5.
You gotta squat, you're like a bug.
That is like not.
If we had someone who could tell us what we should and shouldn't watch.
Well, do we have a show for you?
Who are you?
What are you doing in my bed?
On Be Kind and Rewind, we will go through and review all your favorite movie franchises.
And tell you which ones you should and shouldn't watch from the perspective of normal movie fans. Well, be sure to check out Be Kind and Rewind on WTOP 10. Go home, that's 3 hours from now!
Maybe that's the best thing you can do.
But after he gets possessed,
his show becomes a smash hit.
Now he's got the greenest show on WTOP 10.
A lot of green going on tonight.
We'll be holding on forever.
don't miss the limited run of
those great people being
Hello and welcome back. If you are just joining us, thank you so much. I am Matt Rudolph, joined alongside Jack Dixon for the SUNY matchup between the Oswego State Lakers and the Potsdam Bears, as we are about to get set off with our first draw and get this matchup underway. Beautiful day for some lacrosse here, Jack, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, you got about 65 degrees out here in Oswego. Absolutely beautiful. Sun's out. Had a little bit of rain this morning, so the turf might, still be a little wet, but I see no problem in the future.
Yeah, exactly. With the sun, I think everything's probably pretty much dried up here now on the turf. I think we're about to have a fantastic matchup here between the Oswego State Lakers and the Potsdam Bears as the players are starting to take the field. Starting at the draw for Oswego is going to be Alexis Hill, a standout player here for the Lakers. She has 47 goals so far this season, 22 assists, combining for 69 points. Just an absolute tank on the field for the Lakers.
She's currently the point leader, too, for the Lakers. Standout, along with Cassidy Croce, number 4. I think those are our 2 players to watch, number 11 and number 4.
And as the ball gets up in the air for the first time, Potsdam is going to take over with the ball. That is going to be Anna Shaddle. Shaddle gets it over to McWilliams. Ball getting wrapped around the crease, down to X. Back up top. Over to Tabor. McWilliams with the ball. She passes it up. Missed pass, and it's going to be Hill that picks it up. Stick check, though, from Shaddle. Hill picks it back up, and she gets over the midline. Hill drops it. It's fine, though. She grabs it back up. Passes it over to Dix. Dix puts it in her right hand, running down the right alley as she gets it down to a new face that we haven't seen much out of this year, number 19 freshman Cecilia Witherall. Costello at the top of the box. Passes it over to Green. Down to Croce. Smith. Back over to Witherell at X. Back up to Croce as the Lakers are still wrapping this ball around the top of the box. Costello with the ball. Gets it down to Hill. 50 seconds on the shot clock. The Lakers doing a fantastic job moving this ball around, making easy, quick passes as we see the first cutters getting through the crease. Dix dodges from the top. She shoots and scores a body save. It's going to be a clock reset as Witherall picks it back up. Pass it over to Croce, who shoots and almost snipes the top left corner. It's going to go out of bounds, but it's going to be Lakers ball with backup from Smith as she gets it over to Witherell. Pass into the crease. Smith shoots and a fantastic save from Minarich. Minarich gets it over to Duffy. Duffy sticking her left hand. And a great stick check from Abigail Dix. Gets the ball out. Duffy still with the ball. Duffy getting double teamed. Puts a pass up. Deflected. Croce back with the ball. Jack, something that I think we're going to need to look out for this entire game is going to be the clears. I think it's going to play a very important role on trying to get the ball over the midline and into your own offensive possession.
Yeah, Oswego's riding defense has actually been phenomenal this year. Just looking at the ground balls, we actually have 261 ground balls over our opponent's 174. So, what is that? Just leading by just about 50 ground balls?
Yeah, exactly. Ground balls, very important stat when it comes to the game of lacrosse. And we see a cutter. Alexis Hill passes it up, and it gets deflected into the stick of number 12 for the Bears, Delis. And it's going to be Marich who picks the ball back up for the Bears. Can't find anything. As this Lakers defense, as we mentioned, is a fantastic riding team. As she gets it over to Delis. Delis can't handle that one as she gets tripped up by Hill. It's going to be a quick whistle, though, and Bears ball. Delis with the ball.
Oswego still riding.
Smith doing a fantastic job on the ride, holding Delis up in her own defensive end. 50 seconds on the shot clock. Delis nowhere to go. A great stick check from Smith. She gets double teamed and Witherell comes flying out and she picks up that ground ball. Witherell passes it down to X, over to Costello. And the Lakers are going to take up another offensive possession here with just over 11 minutes remaining in the first quarter. Smith with the ball at X. Over to Kroos. Back up to Dix. Costello. Back down to Witherell. Smith with the ball. She gets it to Green. Green cutter. Nothing there as she rolls back to her left. Back up top to Dix. Looks for the cutter. Witherell cuts into the crease. Nothing there. Green gets it over to Hill. Little deflection there as ball gets knocked to the ground right back into Green's stick. Smith now with the ball. 35 seconds left on the shot clock. Witherell wraps around the crease. She shoots and hits the top pipe. Bounces right into the stick of Hill. Back over to Smith at X. Smith wraps around in her right. Great stick check from Duffy. Quick whistle. Seems like that's going to be a free position shot. Lakers' first opportunity here to score off a free position shot this game. They are currently, 22 for 53 on the season.
About a 41% average.
It's going to be Smith, who shoots in a bounce shot. Save. What a save. As Minarich pits the ball up.
That is Marinich's third save on the game already.
Yeah, she's been having a great game, holding this defense down already. Not facing too many shots yet. But this Potsdam defense needs to get the ball out into their offensive possession and get a little break. I mean, they've played almost 5 straight minutes of defense. And a bad pass goes out of bounds as the Lakers are going to recover that. That's senior captain Sadie Zemanek picking the ball back up as she brings it over the midline, passes it all the way down over to Smith. Smith gets it up to Kroos. Kroos over to Dix. Lakers here with yet another offensive possession. Total control on the offensive side of the field so far this game. Witherell over to Smith. Back up to Green. Green looks for the cutters. Over. Hill cuts, shoots, and scores. Top center over Minarich to go up 1-0 with 8:50 left in this game. Jack, what a fantastic shot that was.
That was an amazing shot by Alexis Hill. You know, now she has 48 goals on the season and now officially hit that 70-point mark.
Yeah, 70 points for Hill. A great shot, great cut from her. She can absolutely rip the ball if she wants to. If she gets her hands free, it's going in the back of the net.
Yeah, she's just a phenomenal player, Matt. And, you know, now she has solidified herself as, yet again, the points leader.
Yeah, as you mentioned, 70 points this season as she, a few games ago, actually hit 100 career goals. So, showing why she is the number 1 player here for the Oswego State Lakers as she goes back up to take the draw yet again.
A great offensive weapon.
8:50 left here in the first quarter. Whistle blows, ball's back up in the air. Shaddle wins yet another draw. She's 2-0, but a great stick check from Hill as she picks up the ball in her defensive end. Shadle picks it back up, looking to do something. Here comes the Potsdam Bears offense for the first time. McWilliams at top of the arc. McWilliams looking to set something up here. Fresh 80 for the Bears. McWilliams with the ball. She's being guarded by Green. Green, a standout player here for the Lakers as well. McWilliams dodges to her right. Nothing there. She pulls it back out. She cuts, shoots, and it just goes high. Bears back the ball up. It is going to be Bears ball. 52 seconds left on the shot clock. That's going to be Jayla Thompson. Thompson trying to wrap around crease. Nothing there. She goes back to the other side. Backhanded shot. Great save from Akavisi. As Green golf shots that ball right into the crease. Freshman Dominique Brown takes it over. She passes it up to Zemanek. Great clear for the Lakers. Zemanek over the midline, over the restraining line. She gets it down to Witherell.
Oswego now 2 for 2 on clears on the day. That is just absolutely phenomenal lacrosse.
Yeah, they've been doing a great job of being able to find the open player, and that's just how that clear works. Is somebody's always going to be open on one of the box sides, and the Lakers really do a great job at taking advantage of that to be able to get the ball over. As Witherell has the ball down at X. She passes to Costello, who shoots and scores. Costello, back pipe shot as she cut into the crease. What a shot that was.
Yeah, great shot. Oswego now leading 2-0. You know, I just want to focus on the amount of shots that we've taken. We've taken 7 shots compared to Potsdam's 2. And our shots on goal are 4 to their 1. You know, overall, we are just hitting the pipes, and we are really going after them the way that we need to.
Yeah, and for Costello, that is going to be her 9th goal this season, as she now has 10 points on the season. She's been getting a lot more playing time in these last few games, and she's starting to make a name for herself as a young Oswego Laker. On the draw, we are going to have Jayla Thompson and Alexis Hill. Bears 2-0 on draw control so far this game. 7 minutes left in the first quarter. And we're off. Ball high in the sky. As Smith just picks that up, gets it over to Kroos. Kroos shoots in a fantastic save from Minarich. Costello picks up the ground ball and gets it out.
I like how they're really resetting here, Matt. You know, it's very smart lacrosse. They're going to start swinging it through X. They're going to start letting their cutters cut. And, you know, they're just going to play fundamental lacrosse.
Yeah, that was a very high IQ play there from Costello to not just rip another shot there through traffic. She was able to pull it out and get another strong offensive possession here for the Lakers. As Kroos has the ball on the top right of your screen. Over to Zerillo. Zerillo, high pass to Hill. Hill can't handle that one. Costello there for the backup as she passes it over to Dix. Dix down to Zerillo. Hill at X now. Hill passes it in. Minarek there to intercept that ball, though. Great heads-up play from her to see that pass. She's looking to clear this ball out here for the Bears.
Minarek now with 4 saves on the day.
And an an in and out on the crease call here for the Bears on Minarek. It is going to be Lakers ball. Zerillo seems to be going to pick that one up in the bottom corner. That's just something that you got to be aware of, Jack, is little things like that, the fundamentals when it comes down to it. You can't go in and out of the crease. It's a penalty, or not a penalty, but a turnover every time.
100%. And just speaking about turnovers, Matt, right now Potsdam currently has 5 turnovers compared to Oswego's 2. Just overall, it's just they're not playing fundamentally sound right now.
Yeah, it's something that the Bears are going to really have to look out for in today's game if they want to have a dominant win here. Hill. Over to Green. Green cuts into the middle of the crease. She has the ball. Nothing there, no shot, as she wraps it back over to X by herself. As she cuts back over to the top, gets it over to Kroos, who puts it in her right. Kroos shoots, and a bounce shot. Great save as the ball almost rolls out of bounds. Zerillo keeps it in as Hill picks it back up. Hill passes it into the crease. Missed pass, though. Smith there for the backup for the Lakers. Dix over to Costello at the top of the arc as she passes it down to Hill. Hill, face dodge, over the top. She shoots, rips it, and it just goes wide right of the goal. Zerillo there for the backup. Zerillo looking for a cutter, nothing there. She gets it over to Smith. Smith, up to Green. Green, face dodge, spin move. She shoots very high, right into the stick of Costello. It's going to be a cross-check, it seems, from Shaddle. Free position shot seems here for the Lakers. That's going to be Green taking this one. Green currently 3rd in points on her team. She's got 28 goals, 7 assists. She's looking for 29. And she gets it. Hard hit from behind, too, as she gets her 29th goal of the season and puts the Lakers up 3-0 with 3:44 remaining in the first.
Yeah, really taking advantage of those free shots, Matt. And, you know, as we already said that, Oswego's 22 and 53, well, 23 and 55 now on the season, which is just about 40% on the free possession. So we're really taking advantage when we get a free shot.
Yeah, it's something that you really have to look out for in women's lacrosse is those free position shots. It is it can make or break a game when it really comes down to it. In close games, if you have more free position shots, it's like free throws in basketball. They say free throws win games. I think free position shots in lacrosse win games. So we'll see how big of an impact those play in today's matchup. Shattle and Hill at the draw. Ref getting the ball set in their sticks. And we're off. Right into the stick of Green as she pushes over the restraining box. She puts it in her right. Lakers have pretty much, I feel like, had complete offensive total control over this entire first quarter so far. This Potsdam defense needs a break.
Yeah, 100%, Matt. And, when you're pelting the goalie with 11 shots already just in the first period, it's going to be hard for the goalie to actually, take a breather and reset.
Yeah, exactly. You couldn't have said it any better as Dix passes it right into the crease. Hill, bounce shot, and it hits Minarek. Great save from her. She is having a day for herself so far, as she already has 6 saves. Green with the ball. She gets it over to Dix. Dix puts it in her right. Passes back over to Green. Green through 2. She shoots in another fantastic save from Minarek. 7 saves for her now today. She needs to help get this ball out of the defensive end, though, and get a break for her defense. 80 on the shot clock. Minarek can't see anything. She's way out of the crease now, trying to find somebody to get open. Nothing there. She finally gets it out to Shadle. Great defense from Green. A quick whistle. It's going to be a green card on number 15, sophomore Aubriana Green, as she runs off the field to serve a 1-minute penalty for the Lakers. Jack, this might help tremendously to get the ball out of the defensive zone for the Bears.
Yeah, 100%, Matt. And just talking about Shattle, number 8, she's the 3rd leading point scorer on Potsdam. And, that's very significant, especially when you need to get her the ball, especially on fast breaks. I think that's the person you need to go to.
Yeah, having the man-down advantage now. The Bears are looking for a quick fast break, hopefully to put one in the back of the net to put this score into within 2. As the whistle gets off, Shadle, far pass over to Medor. Medor can't handle that one, picks up the ground ball, though, as she gets it up to Duffy. Daly Duffy over the midline. Kroos on her tail. Kroos slips and falls. Duffy taking it herself, as she gets it down to Murphy. Bears looking for their first goal of the game with just under 2 minutes remaining. And that's going to be Murphy yet with the ball again. She shoots in, scores to put this within 2. A quick pass and shot from Murphy. That's going to be her 13th goal of the season. Fantastic shot and giving this Potsdam Bears team some life late in the first quarter. Yeah, exactly. Murphy getting her 13th goal of the season. And as you mentioned, if they can just get the quick shots off and not have that many shots shots in total, they can make this a ball game. And it's going to be Shadle and Hill again here at the draw. Ball goes high, past both McWilliams and Green, but Green there picks up the ground ball as she gets it out to the top of the box. Kroos with the ball. Little 4-on-4 matchup there. Medor on Kroos. Great defense, great offense. Kroos gets by. She gets into the middle, and a stick check there late by number 2, Robin Gorton, for the Bears. As Minarek picks the ball back up in the middle of the crease. 1 minute left here remaining in the first quarter. Minarek can't get that pass to Aiken. So that one rolls out of bounds. It's going to be Kroos picking the ball back up. Gross looking to do something, can't find anybody as she passes all the way back to Brown. Brown rolls to her right, gets it over to Nash. Nash, high pass, can't handle that one as it rolls out of bounds. It's going to be Potsdam's ball, with Shadle picking it up towards the midline.
Oswego's third turnover of the game, Matt, and this is their second one within the last 2 minutes. How do you think this is going to play out in the long run?
Yeah, I think it's going to play a very large impact if they can't get their sticks under control. Turnovers are going to make or break what happens during this game because it's going to show who has the ball in their offensive zone the most and has the most scoring opportunities. So far, Lakers have been doing a great job at getting caused turnovers against the Bears. Hill carries it over the restraining line as the first quarter comes to an end. If you're looking for a new show to watch, Laker Connections is the one. Kenny Gerard and Lucas McGarry take you into a world of your Oswego State Lakers and Laker Connections. To stay up to date on everything Lakers, from highlights, stats, updates, and more. Tune in only live on WTOP 10. A great show you can always check in on as we come into the second quarter. Minute and 40 left here in this break. Jack, 3-1 Lakers. Talk me a little bit through what happened there in the first quarter.
You know, Matt, Oswego's currently leading 3-1. And, 13 shots on goal. Sorry, 8 shots on goal versus Potsdam's 2 is really significant here. I mean, we already have 3 goals, and we already put up 8 shots on goal. Potsdam only has 1 goal, and they already put up 2. I'm thinking that if Potsdam can really get the ball into the crease and really get the ball on net, I think that it would be very significant for them to actually make this a ball game.
Yeah, and we're going to look at a couple goals. We had one from Alexis Hill, Aubrey Green, and Addison Costello on the Lakers side of the ball. And on the Bears, we have Ava Murphy, the only goal for the Bears so far this game. Those 4 players been playing fantastic so far, and I'm very excited to see what they can do for the rest of this matchup. Another thing that we can look at is these goalies so far. As we mentioned, Minarech and Akavisi, both fantastic goalies for both teams. So far, I mean, this Lakers defense hasn't seen much of the ball. As you mentioned, only 2 shots on goal, so she has 1 save and 1 goal against, 50% save percentage. But on the other hand, Minarech, 7 saves and 3 goals against. She's got a 70% save percentage right now. Although her save percentage hasn't been that high over the course of the season, she's really having a standout game so far, especially in this first quarter.
Yeah, she's looking pretty comfortable in there, Matt. And I just want to, even though she had like that quick little turnover, the in and out in the crease, I think that she is starting to settle in. I think she's very focused right now.
Yeah, Minarech holding the defense down here for the Bears. And it's going to be Lakers ball to start this quarter out with. Hill starting right at the midline. With 73 seconds on the shot clock. Hill beats 1, beats 2 as she gets over their string line. Beats 3. She gets it down to Green. Dix at the top of the arch. Over to Costello. Zerillo with the ball at X. She gets it back up to Hill. Looking for cutters. Green cuts. Pass from Hill. Green pulls it back out. No shot there. As Gross gets the ball. Down to Smith, over to Zerillo at X. Zerillo puts it in her left. She gets it back up to Hill. Here comes the rotation from the Lakers. Zerillo looking for something, nothing there. She gets it over to Smith. Smith tries to dodge over the top. Passes it up top to Dix. Dix face dodges, nothing there. She shoots and it almost hits top right. Just wide, though, as Zerillo quick inbound. 16 seconds left on the shot clock. Gets it into Green. Shoots and scores. Quick stick from Green. That is going to be her 29th goal of the season. Fantastic start for her. Quick pass from Zerillo to put the Lakers back up 4-1 with 14 minutes left here in the second quarter.
Yeah, she already has 2 goals today, Aubrey Green. So from what I'm seeing right now, Matt, I think that she's focusing on, really scoring here.
Yeah, Green flirting with a hat trick now. She already has 2, as you mentioned, Jack. She's been a standout player. She has just won SUNY Player of the Week about 2 weeks ago now here for the Lakers. She's having a great season. Standout player for the Lakers. Hill and Shaddle back at it again at the draw. Lakers have now taken control at draw controls, 3-2 over the Bears. 14 minutes here in the second quarter. Hill and Shaddle, foot race as Bears pick it back up. Quick whistle, it's going to be Lakers ball. Dix grabs it right at the midline. Whistle's blown as she brings it over their straining box. Lakers yet setting up another offensive possession. Jack, what can this defense do? I mean, they have literally been playing this entire game at defense so far. I can't even imagine how tired they are out there. They just need a break. What can this defense do to hopefully just try to get their offense the ball?
100%, Matt. And, you know, when I break down lacrosse, I always say you got to control X and you got to control the crease. Now, you got to stop the cutters from cutting, like what just happened with
Smith.
Smith
Gets it over to Kroos, who shoots and scores to put the Lakers up 4 here. And that's exactly what you were talking about, Jack, is being able to control the crease. You got to be able to see those cutters, stay in front of them, because when they're in front, you can't shoot. And Kroos, just a phenomenal job at being able to get in front of her defender, get her stick open, and yet another quick shot out of the Lakers here. Something that they've been doing very well so far today.
You know, Matt, that is the 16th shot of the game and the 10th shot on goal. I mean, no matter how good Miniarg is playing, she is just getting pelted with these balls. She really needs help from this defense. They got to control the crease and control X.
Yeah, hopefully the Bears can start doing that this possession as Hill and Shadle at the draw again. Ball high in the air, Green there for the draw control. She has it in her right hand.
That's
pulls it out.
That is the 5th win for Oswego in the faceoff so far.
Yeah, Oswego started out 2-0, now 5-2 on draw controls. As Baslow has the ball, she drops it, picks it back up, gets it over to Dix. Back up to Costello at the top of the restraining box, over to Green. Kroos just scored that one after she had a 5-goal performance against the win over Plattsburgh last week. So she's a player to watch, as we mentioned in our pregame show. As Baslow cuts over the crease, she rips a bounce shot and a great save from Minarech. Baslow almost gets that ground ball. Gets pushed out, though. Costello there to grab it, though, for the Lakers to maintain offensive control. Smith gets it over to Zerillo. Oh. And an almost quick pass there from Zerillo. Wasn't there, though.
Potsdam starting to control the crease a little more. They're watching these cutters.
Yeah, it's something that they need to be very aware of. Lex Hill rips a shot, and what a save from Minarech. That's her 9th of the game. Minarech looking for something to do. She dropped the ball in the crease. I don't know exactly what's going on here. As Duffy goes and scoops up the ball for the Bears. Duffy being guarded by Hill. Duffy gets it over to Delis. 60 on the shot clock.
Potsdam just 1 for 5 on the day with clears. And the way that this Oswego defense is playing, I think it might be 1-6, Matt.
Yeah, and Mador can't handle that pass as they are moved to 1-6 as Zemanek picks up that ground ball for the Lakers. Fresh 90 on the shot clock for them. As Smith gets the ball up top to Costello.
I just want to highlight, Matt, 10 ground balls for Oswego already, just compared to Potsdam's 1. I really think that controlling ground balls and controlling the draws and controlling turnovers is really what's helping Oswego, maintain the lead right now.
Yeah, and as a timeout is called, Jack, let's talk a little bit more about these coaches. As we had mentioned earlier this game, Taylor Swamp, the head coach for the Potsdam Bears, she's interim head coach currently right now, looking to come back for another season. A massive win over the Lakers today could help her resume get the job as a head coach next year. What do you think she's telling her players in this huddle right now as they are down currently 4 goals with 11 left in the second?
I think I'll just reiterate it again, Matt. I think that they really need to control the crease and stop the attackers from just inserting themselves. They really need to keep their bodies on each other and they really need to maintain communication. I think that their communication might be off right now. And Taylor Swamp has a 3-9 record right now. I think it's very hard for her to maybe maintain a job if they can't get the wins.
Yeah, currently probably in that huddle, she's also telling her players, breathe. They needed a timeout. They're down 4 goals. They've been playing a lot of defense, so this timeout gets their defense a little bit of a break here. They just need to breathe and just control the ball a little bit better, as you mentioned. 1-6 currently on the clear. They're looking to. They're gonna clear the ball out here, hopefully, and get another offensive possession. Now, currently looking at the SUNY, Potsdam is 7th in rankings. They are currently 1-5 in the conference after playing 12 games so far this entire season. They're on a 1-game losing streak, as we mentioned, after that very upsetting double overtime loss. So this game is very, very important for the Bears, especially if they are looking to make playoffs. A massive upset today could make a statement for the Bears that they should be in the playoffs, as I think they would be either the last team in or the first team out currently, as Canton and Plattsburgh are the last 2 teams in the SUNY standings. As the timeout comes to an end, players are taking the field again. It's going to be Lakers ball. Zerillo starting with it at X. 11 minutes left here in the second quarter. As the whistle blows, we're off again. Costello up top. Gets it over to Green. Vasilo. Down to Smith. Over back to X with Zerillo. Here comes Cutters from the Lakers. Hill looks like she's taking this one alone. She doesn't. Gets it up to Green. Green, she shoots and scores. An absolute rip bounce shot. Bottom left-hand corner to put the Lakers up 5. That's going to be a hat trick for her today.
Wow, Oswego now leading 6-1 against Potsdam. 13 shots on goal with 19 shots overall. They are really just hitting. They're really just hitting Mini-Arc with just shots on goal every single time.
Yeah, Lakers doing a fantastic job. As you mentioned, 19 shots, 13 of them on goal, 6 of them in. So Lakers doing a very, very good job at being able to aim this ball in the right spots and put it in the back of the net, looking to continue their 7-game win streak here. As Shadle and Hill take the draw again. Ball in the air. Shadle swats that one out. Hill grabs the ground ball for the Lakers.
That is their 6th draw control of the game, with only 8 happening. So currently leading 6-2 against Potsdam.
Nash with the ball. She's looking to clear it herself as she passes it right over the midline. Far pass to Costello, connects with that one. Great pass from Nash.
I just want to point out, that's probably the longest pass that I've seen all day. Oswego's really been doing well at just doing quick, short, fundamental passes and really moving the ball around fast.
Yeah, Costello holding the ball, waiting for the Oswego offensive personnel to get on the field as Hill is the final one. Smith gets it all the way up to Dix. Looking to set up a dodge. She goes to her right. Nothing there. Pulls it back out. Skip pass over to Costello. Hill with the ball. She dodges to her left. Shoots and snipes the top left pipe. What a shot. That's going to be her 49th goal of the season.
Wow, Lex Hill actually looking at a hat trick yet again. And she is currently a righty. So that is her 2nd left-handed goal of the game.
Yeah, she an absolute offensive weapon here for the Lakers. Getting her 2nd of the day. She's flirting with a hat trick now as the Lakers go up 7-1 with 9:38 remaining here in the first half.
Also, Lex Hill's 71st point. If she has a standout year again, she might hit that 100 mark.
Yeah, Hill making a great name for herself at possibly SUNY Player of the Year. As Hill and Shadle look for the draw control yet again. Ball's getting set. Whistle's blown. Hill swats that one out of the air, right into the stick of Nash. She picks up that ground ball. Rolls back to her right, looking to clear this one out. She's being guarded by Shadle.
Oswego's 7th straight draw control, Matt. This is absolutely unbelievable.
It's going to be Costello with the ball now as she gets it over to Green. Over to her face we haven't seen today. That's freshman number 20, Ava Girardi. Costello with the ball. At X now with Smith. Smith looking to set up a dodge. She puts it in her right, passes it back down to Zerillo. Zerillo passes it back to Smith, who shoots, and another body save from Minarak.
10 saves on the day, Matt. Minarak, I mean, she still has 15 shots on goal. That's a pretty good save percentage, I would say.
Yeah, still close to a 70% save percentage. As Minarak dumps it in the crease again. And Deles picks that one up. She passes it all the way up, right into the stick of Vasilo. Vasilo taking this one by herself. She gets it back down to Hill. Hill looking to dodge, puts it in her left. She shoots and scores again. Hat trick for number 11. Sticks with 3 goals this game so far. 2 players now on the Oswego State team with hat tricks. Getting her 72nd point of the season to help put this Lakers team up 8-1 in this first half.
You know, Matt, just to mention, Oswego versus Plattsburgh, their last game where they won 16-1. Croce and Hill both had hat tricks. I think we're starting to see a pattern here.
Yeah, Croce with only 1 so far today, but a lot of lacrosse left to play here, as she's probably looking for hers still. Thompson and Hill at the draw. .8:13 remaining here in this first half. We're off right into the stick of Dix. It's going to be a quick whistle. Going to be Bears ball as Thompson picks that up. Gets it all the way over to Jenner. Jenner back to Duffy. Duffy looking to clear this one out. Back over to Gorton. Gorton brings it herself over the midline. She rolls back to her left, back to her right. Great defense from Vasilo. It's going to be a push on Vasilo. And a green card as she runs off the field.
Oswego's 2nd penalty of the day.
If we remember, this is how the Bears scored their first goal, so looking to take advantage of yet another extra player opportunity here for them. Gorton being guarded by Witherell. Gorton passes it back to Duffy. Duffy, high pass over to Blake. Blake can't handle that one as Zerillo picks the ball back up. 48 seconds left on the penalty for the Lakers. Zerillo gets it over to Dix. Lakers probably looking to hang on to this ball and burn off as much of the penalty as possible. But she gets it down to Witherell. Witherell dodges. Nothing there. She rolls back. Witherell puts it in her left. Brings it back all the way to X. 20 seconds on the penalty. And a great stick check from Gorton. Knocks the ball out of Witherell's stick. Lakers recover, though. Girardi all the way. Far pass over to Costello at the top of the arc. Cutter, Hill. Hill can't handle that pass. She grabs the ground ball, though. 2 seconds left. And the penalty is released as Vasilo runs back on the field. Even strength for both teams here. Dix with the ball at the top. Over to Costello. Vasilo looking to make up for the mistake she just made as she dodges into the crease. She shoots in a wide right shot right into the stick of Hill. Hill dodges over the top, getting double teamed, and a great save from Minarak. It's going to be her 11th of the day. Quick pass Right over to Deles.
You know, still trying to clear this one out, Matt. I just want to point out that Potsdam currently has a 1-8 in their clears. I think that is detrimental to their game. I mean, Oswego's 3-3, which is about 50%. That is still not that good, but overall, Potsdam needs to keep playing fundamental lacrosse and focusing on clearing this ball and getting it back into their attackers' hands.
Yeah, and as Deles gets stick check, grabs her own ground ball. It goes right into the stick, though, of Lakers' Alexis Hill. She looked like she was going to go to the crease, but pulled it back out. 80 on the shot clock for the Lakers. 5:20 remaining in this half.
Potsdam's 11th turnover of the game. This entire half, they have yet to have their attackmen with the ball, Matt. How is this detrimental to their game?
Yeah, they really, I mean, they're down 7 goals right now going into the second half, and seems like they don't have that much life. And if they can get one in the back of the net, then that could really change the momentum for this game. As Kroos had what looked to be a shot. She didn't take it, though. Passed it back out. Dix over the top. Dix shoots and then scores. Looked like, wow. Minarek saved that one, but it ended up rolling in, and that's going to be freshman Abigail Dix who gets her first of the game. Dix, the 4th leading scorer here for the Lakers. That is going to be her 20th point of the season.
You know, a freshman with 20 points, Matt, I think that's very good for Oswego and the Lakers' future.
Yeah, a very strong freshman here for the Lakers as she looks to be going to take this draw control, giving Alexis Hill a break. It's going to be Dix and Shadle taking the draw. 9-1 Lakers with 4:43 left in this second quarter. Lakers are 7 for 3 on draw controls. Dix looking to continue their 7 draw control streak. And that they do as Green picks up the ground ball to take that draw control. Gets it over to Smith. Ball with Witherell at X. Far pass up to Dix. Over to Vassilow. Vassilow gets it down to Girardi. Over to Smith. Smith with the ball. Gets it over to, Witherell. Green looking for cutters. Dix does just that. Quick face dodge. She shoots, bounce shot, and scores back-to-back goals for the Lakers. That's 2 today. 4:22. Abigail Dix.
That was her 21st point on the season, Matt. And Oswego with a 10-1 lead. I'm starting to think that they're blowing away with this one.
Yeah, Lakers' absolute domination on the offensive side of the field. Currently, it seems like this Potsdam defense just doesn't have an answer for the cuts or their clear. As Abigail Dix looks to take this draw again for the Lakers. As we head into another draw control with 3:54 remaining in this first half. Potsdam looking for an offensive possession. Dix and Shadle. Right into the stick of Green. Another draw control for the Lakers. Green being guarded by Shadle as she brings it over their straining line.
Oswego's 9th draw control of the game versus Potsdam's 3. I'm starting to see a clear plan of attack here from Oswego.
Yeah, Lakers doing a fantastic job with draw controls after, as I mentioned already, starting out 0-2 on draw controls for the day. Pass up to Girardi on the side. Over to Vassilow. New face we haven't seen today, number 13, Jeddays. Jeddays rolls to her left. Stick check, though, from Duffy. It's going to be Potsdam ball. Shadle. Shadle trying to get over the midline. That she does. And a stick check from Green. Right back into the stick of Shadle, though. Far pass back over to Duffy. Bounce pass. Duffy controls that one as she gets it over to McWilliams. Now, one of the first offensive possessions that we've seen from this Bears offense so far this game. Let's see if they can put one back in the back of the net.
Yeah, first offensive possession for the Bears. I mean, they already have one goal. And the last time they had it on their side, they had a goal. So we'll see how this goes.
Akins with the ball. As she gets over to McWilliams. McWilliams dodges to her right. Gets past Jeddays. Gets caught up. And a push as she falls. Nash for the Lakers recovers the ground ball. It's going to be Aiken right on her tail. Aiken, great job at stopping a fast break there for the Lakers as Nash passes it over to Witherell. Lakers looking to get their offensive personnel back out on the field. Costello with the ball in the top. Over to Green. Jeddays now with the ball as she gets it over to Vassilow. Witherell with the ball at X. Gets it over to Smith. Vassilow cuts. Pass back up top. Over to Green. Green gets it down to Smith. Witherell looking for cutters. She puts it back in her left hand at X. Smith looking for something. Passes it up. Back to the top of the arc to Green. Over to Lex Hill. Lex fake shoots. Gets it to Smith. And almost a pass goal there that was. As Smith couldn't handle that one. Almost went in the back of the net after the pass from Hill. It's going to be Bears ball. And the whistle is blown. It's going to be Bears ball. That's going to be Delis starting with the ball. At X, being guarded by Hill. Delis runs to the right side of the crease. Hill on her tail.
Hill catching up.
And a great stick check from Hill. There's a little miscommunication there from Jeddays and Hill. Hill picks it back up, though. Lakers ball.
That's Oswego Lakers' 15th ground ball game, Matt, just compared to Potsdam's 2. Overall, they are controlling this ground ball. They're controlling the clears. They're controlling the draws. I'm starting to see a pattern here.
And Smith is going to hold this ball as we head into half. Lakers 10, Bears 1 in this SUNY matchup. Jack, great offensive momentum for the Lakers. Here we go. Great offensive possession from the Lakers as we head into the second half. We're going to take a quick look at a few of their goals. We had, as we had mentioned earlier, Alexis Hill has a hat trick. Aubriana Green has a hat trick. Dix with 2. And a few other scores here from the Lakers. They've been playing phenomenally on the offensive side of the field. Jack, and we are going to throw to a quick break. We will see you back in a few minutes.
$7, $6.
You better watch it.
5.
You gotta squat, you're like a wow.
That is like not.
I'm scared of Joe.
How you hit.
Okay.
Okay.
Let me show you because your team is a filthy. You don't know how to score, right?
Yeah.
Ready?
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Just like that.
That's actually. Let me show you the Bronx Bomb way of doing it. Ready? Ready?
I swear to God.
Oh my God. Everyone.
Alright, put the bat down.
This number's like.
Sorry, Julian.
You're right. Sorry.
And welcome back. 7 minutes left in halftime. I am Matt Rudolph, joined alongside Jack Dixon. Jack, great game here for the Lakers. 10-1 at half currently. Talk to me a little bit about what went on in that first half.
You know, overall, just complete domination by Oswego. Just a quick look at the first period. We had goals by Aubrey Green, Addison, Costiello, and Alexis Hill. You know, Alexis Hill and Aubrey Green, who we've been hearing from a lot today. And then also we had a Potsdam goal by Ava Murphy to just lead at the end of the first period, 1-3, Oswego. And then after that, just complete domination. Just a complete steamroll. We had Aubrey Green goal, Cassidy Croce, who was our star player of the game. Aubrey Green, Alexis Hill twice, and then Abigail Dix twice again. So now we're sitting here 10-1 by Oswego leading Potsdam.
Yeah, Oswego, as you mentioned, just domination so far this game. Seems like the Bears just don't have an answer on the defensive side or the clearing side of the ball. I mean, they've had a very hard time so far this game trying to get the ball over the midline, as they are currently only 2 for 11 so far in the first half on clears. It's going to play a very large impact on the rest of this game. But the Lakers have been taking complete advantage of their 2-11 on clears, keeping the ball in their offensive zone for a majority of, as you mentioned, this entire first half. So I'm excited to see coming out of half when a lot of these Bears players' legs are, they have got a little energy back in them, and hopefully they can do something with the ball to get it over the midline and start putting some in the back of the net.
Yeah, 100%, Matt. And just like looking at it, I think where their defense has really struggled is just overall draw control. I mean, as you said before, that Potsdam was leading 2-0 in draw control, and then after that, it was just complete Oswego. We currently Oswego's currently leading 9-3 in the draw control, and really just taking over this. And also the ground balls. They're really taking over ground ball situations. They're leading 15-2 against Potsdam, and overall, like, just turnover rates are terrible for Potsdam too, 13-6. And then Oswego's winning in their caused turnovers, 7-4.
Yeah, exactly. Bears, as we've said, just having a hard time so far this game. I'm excited to see them come out of half, though. Hopefully there's a new light a fire under them and start getting the ball in their offensive zone. We are going to take a quick trip around the SUNY, though, as we got a lot of games going on today. Here, as we've already mentioned, it is 10-1 Oswego. Looking at Cortland, the other runner-up for the number 1 team in the SUNY. They're playing at Fredonia. That score is 13-4 in the fourth, just at the beginning of the fourth quarter. Another game we got going on is Oneonta and Buff State fighting for that 3rd and 4th spot. Buffalo State is playing at Oneonta, currently losing 6-1 halfway through the second quarter. Complete domination from New Paltz at home. They're playing against Plattsburgh. It's currently 8-0 with 8:40 left in the second quarter. And our last game going on today is currently tied. 4-4, Canton is playing at Morrisville as they are fighting for a seed in the playoffs. So a lot of good games going on today. Few domination games going on from the top teams in the SUNYAC fighting for the #1 spot. So excited to see what goes on the rest of the day, who ends up winning those games. But we are going to throw to another quick break, and we will see you at this beginning of the second half.
Do you like reading? Do you like reading books? Do you like looking at books? Do you like having a collection of books in your living room?
Now, before we get into the nitty-gritty, spoiler alert. Okay, why did I write this in yellow? I told you. Welcome back between the pages.
Good evening and welcome to Jeopardy! I am your host, Joe.
Hello, Simon.
Joe is at this place. And I'm very concerned to see what Piper's answer is here. Sorry. It's a 98-page rule book.
You guys are stumped still?
Joe, I'm going to sound like a little snob here. It was not founded by Ray Kroc.
Hello and welcome back to the Laker Turf Stadium. If you're joining us for the second half, I am Matt Rudolph, joined alongside Jack Dixon for the SUNYAC matchup between the Oswego State Lakers and the SUNY Potsdam Bears. Currently, the Lakers lead 10-1 going into this second half as the draw control is about to get started. And the Lakers take control first over that one as Hill gets it down to Witherell. Witherell with the ball as she gets it over to Hill. Back up to Costello. Ball now in Croce's stick. Back up to Dix, over to Green. Back down to Hill. 60 on the shot clock. Back over to Hill. Hill looking for cutters. Doesn't see anything. Great defense from the Bears so far to start off the second half. Hill tries to get a pass off to Croce. Doesn't connect, but Green is there for the backup.
Very risky pass, Matt. when you're crossing through that and you have no one behind, to really secure the ball, that's how turnovers are created.
Yeah, you couldn't have said it any better. They do have to watch out for those passes, but the Bears do need to capitalize. As Hill has the ball. She cuts in the middle of the crease. Nothing there. She gets it back out to Green. She cuts over her right hand. Green gets it down to Costello. Back up to Kroos. Kroos cuts through the crease. She shoots and hits the left pipe as it bounces back out. Dix is there for the backup. That's going to be a clock reset, so the Lakers are going to get a fresh 60 seconds on the shot clock. As Hill has the ball now in the right corner. Witherell with the ball. She gets it back up to Hill, over to Costello. Hill looking to cut. She gets it back over to Green. Green over to Costello. Costello cuts through the crease. Nothing there. She pulls it back to her right hand. As Green takes back over control of the ball. Great defense here from the Bears with 20 seconds here left on the shot clock. Green wrap around at X. Green, she shoots and she scores to put the Lakers up 10 early in the second half. Green with 3 goals now. That's a hat trick for her today. Or excuse me, that's her 4th. As she gets her stick checked. And the Lakers are now up 10. Green did that solely as she wrapped around the entire crease and put it in the back of the net behind Minarek.
Green's 4th goal in the day still hasn't getting taken out yet. I'm starting to think that she's going for 5.
It's going to be Dix and Thompson at the draw. And as the Lakers go up 10, that's going to make the running clock start to happen here in this matchup.
10-goal lead, Matt, just after the second quarter, start of the third. It's pretty rare in women's lacrosse, but, with Potsdam's first draw win of the half.
And Thompson had a little run in there with the ref as she runs off the field. She gets it into the stick of Duffy. Ball now with Baxter. Shaddle pass it down to Aiken. Aiken back up to Shadle. Over to McWilliams. McWilliams looks for a dodge. She gets tied up. Gets it over to Murphy. Murphy passes it back up. Over to Shadle. Shadle, quick face dodge. She cuts in and she shoots and scores! Woo. Another goal here for the Bears to put it back down to 9.
That's SUNY Potsdam's 3rd shot on goal, and now they have 2 goals to win with. So, I'm starting to think that once they finally get the ball in their offensive hands, I'm starting to think that they could do some real damage here.
Yeah, Shadle getting her first of the day. That's going to be her 8th goal of the season, 8 assists as well. So she's racked up 16 points so far this season, and she's given this Bears team some life as Thompson and Dix come back out for the draw. 11 minutes remain here in the third quarter. And as we mentioned at half, Jack, was they really need to take this time, calm down, and get their legs fresh. And it's shown. This defense has been playing a lot better, covering those cuts that we had been talking about in the first half, and get it into their offensive zone, which they did, and capitalized off of it.
100%, Matt. And what really comes down to right now is draw controls. Whenever Potsdam really controls the draw and gets it in their offensive hands, they seem to be playing well. But, they just let Oswego, win it and then walk all over them. It's going to be hard for them to win the game.
Costello with the ball. She gets it over to Hill. Smith back up to Hill. Hill looking for a cutter. That was Kroos. She couldn't find her, though, as Hill looks to dodge. Great defense from Deles. As Green now has the ball at the top of the arc. She passes it into Costello. Great pass. Costello couldn't handle it, though, get the shot off as she gets it back into the stick of Green. Kroos with the ball now as Vassilo cuts. Takes a stick check. Nothing there as she passes it far over to Hill. Hill, fake shot, cuts over the top. She shoots and scores! 12-2 Lakers. That's going to be Alexis Hill. 4th goal of the game.
Wow, 4 goals here already, man. This is unbelievable. This is an unbelievable performance by Alexis Hill.
Yeah, both Hill and Green now with 4 goals this game, both having outstanding performances, leading this Lakers team to a 12-2 lead currently with 9:30 left in this in this third quarter. Excuse me. It's going to be Thompson and Dix back out the draw. And with the 12th goal of the game, I didn't even realize until just now that that is the Lakers' 500th goal over the Bears since they've started playing each other many, many years ago. So a great accomplishment as a team, hitting 500 career goals over the course of the last couple of decades.
500 goals, Matt. That's really unbelievable to think about, especially compared to Potsdam, how they only have about 215. This has been just complete domination by Oswego in and out throughout the years.
Hill with the ball looking for a cutter. She gets it over to Green. Green face dodge. Rolls back. Gets into the stick of Costello. Out to Hill. Hill, spin move. She slips and falls. Gets it out. Good control from her as she gets it back to Green.
Just to point out, Potsdam's defense has really become lively. You can literally hear it from our box right now, how they are screaming and talking to each other, which we did not really see in the first half.
Yeah, it seems like a complete different team is on the field for the Bears, as they're looking to take control back over this ball. 20 seconds left on the shot clock. Green with the ball on the right wing. Green face dodge to her left. She shoots and scores. That's going to be her 5th of the game, moving her to 33 career goals. She now has 2 less than Kroos.
And Matt, just to point out the draw controls that are happening. Oswego currently leads 12-4 in draw controls, which is actually an incredible ratio. And then this also leads to the turnovers, because when Potsdam does win these draws, they also turn the ball over very fast after. They currently have 2 extra turnovers over their draw controls. So really it's, Oswego has 14 draw controls, and Potsdam only has 2.
Yeah, Jack, the Bears need to do a little bit of a better job on the draw controls. It is going to start with Thompson as she gets it. Quick pass over to Shadle. Shadle, spin move as she gets over their straining line. And we have a Bear offensive possession here. As a whistle is blown, and the clock is going to stop. I don't know exactly what the stoppage was for. As Shadle has the ball in her stick at the top left wing. Shadle gets it over to McWilliams. McWilliams still at the ball as she gets it back over to Shadle. Shadle at the top of the arc. She cuts into Thompson. Thompson shoots and scores! That's going to be Thompson's first goal of the game. It's 13-3 Lakers. Thompson giving this Bears some life yet again. They're starting to have very quick responses to these Lakers goals.
Wow, Thompson with her 25th point on the season. And she's only a junior, so there's only more room to improve, Matt.
Yeah, Thompson, 21st goal of the season. So she's been playing very well as she comes back onto the field for another draw control here. Thompson and Dix back at the draw control. 5:15 remaining here in the third quarter.
draw coming up.
And I forgot to mention earlier at the start of the half, Sophia Diaz, freshman for the Lakers, is now in net as they subbed her in. It's going to be a draw control here from Dix. She picks up the ground ball. Gets it over to Hill as she brings it over the midline. Lakers with the ball. It's Vassilo as she gets it down to Smith. Over to a new face on attack we haven't seen yet today. Freshman Mia Janal. Vassilo back with the ball. 60 on the shot clock. Gets it over to Green. Lakers looking to just burn a little bit of time off this clock. Janal with the ball. Hill looking for a cutter. Doesn't see anything as she gets it back to the top of the arc with Green. Few cutters from the Lakers. Vassilo now with the ball. She gets it down to Smith.
Oswego really focusing on making quick passes, efficient passes that are just well for the game of lacrosse. Trying to get it through X as much as they can and, hitting the cutters when they see them. They're actually playing very patiently as well. I mean, obviously with a 10-goal lead, you should. But they're also chewing clock very well.
Janal with the ball. She tries to dodge. Nothing there. She passes it back up to Dix. Dix, quick pass into the crease, looking for Smith, but it doesn't connect. As the Bears recover the ball, that's going to be Dele's. Great defense from her. She gets it all the way over to McWilliams. McWilliams tries to pass in a hard hit from Vassilo. McWilliams went down hard. She's going to start with the ball. She's looking to clear it out. She gets it over. It's number 4, Mador for the Bears. And a bad pass rolls out of bounds. Couldn't connect as Vassilo picks it back up. Little past the midline. Green, far pass all the way over to Zemanek as she brings it over their straining line. Janal with the ball again. Gets it up to Hill. Costello now with it, passes it down to Vassilo. Back to Smith. Janal at X. Back over to Hill. High pass. Hill controls it though. She looks for Dix. Dix mishandled that pass a little, so she couldn't get the shot off, but she pulls it back out. Hill dodges to her left. Right into the stick of Smith. Back up to Green. 35 on the shot clock. Green dodges to her right. Passes it to Costello. Great defense from the Bears. Janal passes it down to X to Hill. Hill looking for cutters. Doesn't see anything. She takes it herself. Shoots, and a great save.
Another great save by Mini Arch. This is her 13th save on the game.
Vassilo back with the ball. Green now. Shot clock reset, so they got 45 left. Back down to Jean. Hill with the ball. Hill dodges to her left. Doesn't see anything as she tries to spin. It's thrown to the ground. Great defense from the Bears. And a missed ground ball. It's going to give the Lakers the ball back again.
Another great ground ball by the Lakers. They're still leading by a significant amount with the ground balls. They're 17-3. Just an absolute domination here, Matt.
And fantastic defense from Duffy on Janal as Janal throws the ball out of bounds. Bears are going to recover with Aiken. Aiken getting triple teamed. Stick check from Green gives the Lakers the ball back. Green at X now.
That's Oswego's 9th caused turnover of the game, just compared to Potsdam's 5. With a hard cross check. Potsdam's first penalty.
It's going to be on Aiken.
Of the game.
With 0.6 seconds left here in this third quarter. It's going to be a 1-minute penalty on Maggie Aikens, number 24 of the Potsdam Bears. And that's going to do it here in the third quarter as the Lakers lead over the Bears 13-3. Jack, it looked like an entirely new Potsdam team was out there. They scored 2 goals that quarter, played a lot better than they were in the first half. I wonder what Coach Taylor Swamp was saying to them at half to make them come out like this here.
You know, kind of like what we were talking about in here, Matt. How they just need to slow the game down. They need to control what they can control. They need to do way less turnovers, and they need to just secure the draws much better, which they have. I mean, they've already had 3 draws, more than the past 2 quarters. And then just like to go back with the Britt Howard versus Taylor Swamp, the interim coach for Potsdam, who's currently 3-9, is really trying to rally her team back together to make a comeback here.
Yeah, only down 10 here going into the fourth quarter. Although not the score that they're looking for, it is the play style that I'm guessing Taylor Swamp wants to see out of her players. Looks like an entirely new team, as we've said, out on the field now. They're playing much better defense. They're controlling the ball much better on the offensive side of the field. And as you mentioned, even on draw controls, they just won more draw controls that quarter than they have the entire game so far. So I'm excited to see if they can get a comeback here, put a few in the back of the net behind freshman goalie Sophia Diaz for the Lakers.
Yeah, and just to reiterate, exactly 1 year ago today, these two teams met up, and the score was 13-12. Oswego won. And, I mean, looking at this score here, I mean, we have 13, but they only have 3. So, from what I'm seeing right now, Matt, I don't know if it's going to be as close as the last game.
Yeah, exactly, Jack. And just taking another quick look around the SUNY. Cortland beat Fredonia to go to 7-0 in conference play, 13-4 here at Oswego. Oswego is currently leading 13-3. Buffalo State at Oneonta, they're having a little comeback. That game is now 4-7 Oneonta. New Paltz is completely blowing out Plattsburgh, 16-0 with 5 minutes left in the third quarter. And on the other side, we don't have a tie game anymore. It's currently 8-6 Canton. The underdogs are beating Morrisville with 8 minutes left in the third. And going into this fourth and final quarter here at Laker Turf Stadium, it's going to be a penalty, as we mentioned last quarter, on number 20, Maggie Aikens for the Bears. So Lakers are going to start with an extra player opportunity here with Smith up to Aldrich.
Very rare man up here for Oswego, because Potsdam only has committed 1 penalty this entire game, while Oswego's had 2.
Smith finds Aldrich. She can't handle that pass, though. Dix there for the backup. Dix looking for something as she gets it back down to Zerillo at X. Zerillo looking for cutters. Doesn't see any, so she gets it over to Smith. Back up to Aldrich. Girardi now. Over to new face, number 14, Madison Wood. Zerillo back at X with the ball as she gets it over to Smith. Smith gets it up to Wood. Wood dodges to her right. Nothing there. She gets it all the way back to X with Zerillo. Zerillo back up to Wood. Wood cuts through the crease. She shoots and scores! A quick shot from Madison Wood. That's going to be her 9th goal of the season. Freshman for the Lakers, making the score 14-3 with 13:40 left in this match.
Yeah, you know, I'm really happy that that our coach is getting, that Oswego's coach Howard is getting her freshman in, You know, it's really important that the freshmen get time to play and start to be able to get better as the season progresses.
Yeah, very important that Coach Britt Howard gets her freshmen in early and gets a little bit of playing experience in games like these, get to play with a few of the upperclassmen, some of the seniors, and just get the opportunity to go out there and play, which they might not have in every single game. As on the draw, we have Shadle and Dix. Or excuse me, Thompson and Dix. Wood gets that draw control. She rolls to her right and gets it down to Aldrich. Aldrich over to a new face, number 1, Ayla Snyder. Down to Zerillo at X. Back up to Snyder. Zerillo looking for cutters. She gets it back up to Wood. Wood, quick dodge. Can't handle that one. It's going to be Shadle who picks up that ground ball. Girardi on her tail. Great defense from Girardi. Quick move from Shadle. She gets over the midline. Shadle over the restraining line. Offensive possession here for the Bears. She gets it into the stick of Aiken. Aiken dodges. Nothing there. Flips it back out. Or excuse me, she holds on to it and gets it back out to Shadle.
Potsdam's first offensive possession of the fourth period. Excited to see what they could do here.
Baxter got it down to Murphy. Murphy looking to dodge. Getting triple teamed in the crease as she rolls it back out to McWilliams. Far pass over to Akins. Akins flips it back out to McWilliams. McWilliams over the top. Looking for cutters, 35 on the shot clock. She dodges to her right, snipes it, and a great save from Diaz. Diaz tracked that shot the whole way. It's going to be number 25 for the Lakers, Abigail Moran, who takes that ball. Moran taking it herself. And a whistle's blown. As this Lakers bench is getting very excited for the new players here in the game. It's going to be Moran starting with the ball right at the Lakers bench.
Even with the Lakers' 11-goal lead, they have still yet to keep their foot off the throttle. I mean, they're still giving their new players much opportunity to play, especially with 11 minutes left in the fourth. But as of right now, they're still pushing for more goals, Matt.
Yeah, exactly. And with that whistle, it was a penalty on number 24, Jayla Thompson, who's going to serve a 2-minute penalty. Dix with the ball. She gets it all the way. High pass over to Zerillo. Zerillo back up to Wood. Wood looking to cut. She pulls it back out, and an overpass over to Aldrich. Back down to Smith. Aldrich with the ball. She gets it to Snyder. Snyder shoots, gets hit hard, and misses wide left. Smith with the backup. Quick whistle, gets it back to Aldrich. Over to Dix at the top of the arc. Dix passes down to Smith, and a great save from a new goalie we haven't seen yet today. That's going to be Jane Oslowski.
And Matt, just to give a little background on Oslowski, she's played 7 games. This is now her 8th. She has 50 saves on the year, and she has a 37% save percentage.
Yeah, not bad stats for the backup goalie here for the Bears. As they get a turnover, it's going to be Lakers ball again. Fresh 90 with 10 minutes, just under 10 minutes remaining here in this game. Zerillo with the ball at X, over to Smith. Aldrich with the ball now. She gets it over to Dix. Snyder. Wood now. Wood cuts it, gets it to the crease. Girardi, she shoots in a little left. Good shot from Girardi. Just wide left. Smith picks it back up. Zerillo now. Zerillo gets it to Wood. Wood getting triple teamed, and she shoots and scores. That's her second of the game. 9:20 remaining. 15-3 Lakers with a goal by freshman Madison Wood. That's going to be Wood's 10th goal of the season. 9 minutes remain here left in this fourth quarter. 15-3 Lakers.
Madison Wood, freshman from Syracuse. You know, she grew up around this town, playing for the Oswego Lakers, and having a great start to, or a great almost end to her freshman year.
Yeah, great freshman year for her so far, as is going to be Thompson and Hill here on the draw. As the ball's right into the air, almost into the stick of Shadle. She couldn't handle that one, though. Whistle blown. It's going to be Lakers ball. Wood picks that up, and a quick pass down to Aldrich. Aldrich gets it back over to Smith. Zerillo, she shoots. And a great save from Ozlowski.
Ozlowski with already 2 saves on the day.
It's going to be Tabor on defense with the ball on her stick. She passes it back to Delis. Delis over to Duffy. Duffy throws one high in the air over to Tabor. Tabor taking this one herself over the restraining line. 7:30 remaining.
You know, Matt, that is Potsdam's 4th clear on the day. They are currently 4 for 16.
And Delis was looking for a pass over to Murphy there, and she couldn't connect. If you're looking for another show to watch live on WTOP, Borealis Booklight. If you are an avid bookworm looking for some recommendations on your next read, Aurora and Kelly will help you out. Borealis Booklight highlights new authors every week along with discussing their favorite currents. Tune in live only on WTOP 10. And Wood bounce pass over to Snyder. Back down to a new face we haven't seen yet. That's going to be number 24, senior Ava Tulamero. And number 12, Riley Rosenzweig. 6:30 remains. Snyder with the ball on the right wing. She gets it up to Wood. Wood looking for her own hat trick for today. Tulamero gets the ball, passes it to Snyder, and a great save from Olovsky. Hill maintains that ground ball for the Lakers. She's now at the top of the arch. Snyder back with the ball. Gets it over to Hill again. Aldrich. She cuts over the top. Gets it back down to Snyder. Snyder looking for her first of the day. She gets hit hard. Passes it out to Jeddes. Jeddes looks for Snyder. Can't connect. Delis on the Bears. She draws a little penalty there. It's going to be Bears ball. She's getting double team from behind. Jeddes on her tail. She brings it over the midline herself, and here comes Green. Delis passes it over, looking for Aiken. Doesn't connect, but Aiken gets the ground ball. And a stick check from Hill. It's going to be a quick whistle. Aikens is going to take the ball back over for the Bears. Aikens with the ball. Back up to Delis. Aikens again. She dodges over the left. Finds Thompson. Thompson shoots and rips it. Scores! Thompson, that's her second of the day. Put this deficit to 11. 15-4 Lakers with a goal by Thompson. Jayla Thompson, number 24 for the Bears.
Thompson now with her 22nd goal of the year, and now she's up to 26 points on the season. Overall, she's been doing very well this game, even though the Potsdam has been having a hard time clearing balls and draw control. But she's doing what she can, and she's doing very well at it.
Yeah, Thompson looking for one more point to tie the Bears' point leader, Megan McWilliams. She's looking for her 27th point of the season so far. It's going to be Green and Thompson on the draw with just under 4 minutes remaining here in this game. Thompson controls that draw. She flips it over to Akins. Akins, fast break here. Akins dodges to her left. Nothing there. She flips it over. It looks like we're going to have a free position shot here from Akins.
This is Potsdam's first free position shot on the game. And currently they're 9-23 with about a 40%.
Akins shoots and hits the right pipe, just bouncing out. So close to cutting this lead to 10. But Lakers are going to recover that ball. With Julia Unger picking the ball up for the Lakers. Gets it back out into Potsdam sticks, though. So we got a little ground ball scuffle going on. A green card is going to be pulled. Nobody knows who it's on even on the field. But it looks like it's going to be on number 20, Maggie Akins, as she's going to serve a 1-minute penalty. It's going to be Lakers ball. Green starting with it deep in her own defensive end.
This is now Oswego's second man-up opportunity. See if they can score on this one.
Green gets by 3 defenders and brings it into the offensive zone. 2:40 remaining here in the final quarter. Tulamero with the ball at X. Over to Rosenzweig. Up to new face Ava Christensen. Green with the ball at the top. Gets it over to another new face, Angelina Betances. Tulamero. Back down to Rosenzweig at X. Cutters. Rosenzweig doesn't see anything. She gets it back up top to Jeddes. Jeddes cuts to her right. Over the top. Nothing there as she gets it back out to Green. 2 minutes remain here in this matchup. 30 on the shot clock. A whistle is going to be blown, as the penalty also is over for the Bears. A free position shot here for Green. Green is looking for her 6th of the day. Green getting ready, waiting for the whistle. And she's off. She pulls it out, gets it over to Jeddes, who shoots, and it just goes high. Tulamero there for the backup. Lakers ball. 26 on the shot clock. And a whistle is blown. Looks like a player had to tie her shoe. That's going to be Jeddes. Tulamero starts with the ball. She gets it over to Rosenzweig. Rosenzweig looking to dodge. Good defense. Christensen with the ball as she gets it over to Mango. Mango shoots and it goes wide high. As Tulamero picks the ball back up. 6 seconds on the shot clock. Quick pass over to Green. Green can't do anything with it. She shoots it. Bounce shot. It is going to be Bears ball after the shot clock violation. 47 seconds remain here in this matchup. It's going to be Robin Gorton picking up the ball for the Bears as she passes it over. Delis now. Delis gets de-twigged right into the stick of Green. Green passes it to Rosenzweig, who shoots, and it goes just high. Tulamero with the ball at X. Gets it up to Christensen. Christensen over to Mango. Just under 20 here, 15 seconds remain. Jeddes shoots and it goes wide left. 5 seconds remain here. Tulamero brings it in for the Lakers. And she gets hit hard as the final bell rings. Oswego 15, Potsdam 4. Final score here at Laker Turf Stadiums. Jack, talk me a little bit through this entire game.
Well, Matt, overall, just absolute Oswego dominance. Oswego ended off with 27 shots on goal, and obviously winning 14-4 against the Bears. there's not many statistical categories where Oswego did not lead in. I mean, just to give a good point to the Bears, they had 14 saves on the day. But other than that, it was just absolute Oswego dominance, man.
Yeah, Oswego showing why they should be the #1 seed in the SUNYAC after winning the championship last year, continuing their now 8-game win streak. I want to talk a little bit about Aubrey Green. She ended up having 5 today. Fantastic performance out of her, the sophomore out of Penn Yan, New York. Fantastic game from her. 5 goals out of the 15, so she had 33.3% of the goals today. Great performance. Jack, talk to me a little bit about what happened with her goals today.
I mean, Matt, she had overall 5 total goals, which is absolutely insane for any Laker.
Green now has 33 goals on the season, 7 assists. That's going to be 40 points for the sophomore so far this year, making a name for herself. Now, on the other side of the field, we had number 24, Jayla Thompson. Jayla Thompson with 2 goals today. She now has 22, and she's also making a quick name for herself on the Potsdam side of the field. She now has 26 points so far this season, 22 goals and 4 assists. 2 out of the 4 goals, so 50% of the goals for her today. Great performance, although not the outcome that she was looking for. Still a good performance, showing why she is one of the team's top players.
Yeah, Matt. I mean, she had 50% of their goals and unassisted on both attempts. So overall, very dominant performance against the Oswego defense, but again, not the outcome that they were looking for, as you stated.
Yeah, and looking forward, we got for Potsdam, they have 2 more games. They're going to be playing Morrisville in Potsdam, and they're going to be playing at Canton. 2 games that they pretty much are a must win if they are looking to have a chance at playoffs. As I mentioned earlier, they're looking to be right now either the first team or the last team in or the first team out. So must win games for the Bears. On the other side of the field, we have the Lakers. Lakers are playing at New Paltz this coming Saturday, a game that they should win, but their real test comes last game of the season on April 22nd, next Wednesday, where they face off against the SUNY Cortland Red Dragons, a matchup that everybody's been waiting for since last year. Oswego beat Cortland for the first time in program history in the regular season, and then proceeded to do it twice to win the SUNYAC championship. So they are looking to repeat history yet again, back-to-back seasons for the Lakers. Now, this is also the Lakers' last home game, just for the regular season. But that could change depending on how well they seed in the playoffs. As we already mentioned, Cortland and Oswego are the 2 teams to have clinched playoffs so far this season. But if the Lakers continue to succeed in the ways that they have been so far this season, we could be seeing another home SUNYAC playoff game here at Laker Turf Stadium. Now, we're going to take one more quick look around the SUNYAC. We're going to take another quick look at different players. I want to talk a little bit about Alexis Hill's performance today as well, Jack. She also had a phenomenal day for the Lakers. She ended up having 4 goals, helping lead this Lakers team to a victory. They moved to 7-0 in conference play now, and Alexis Hill is the star that you need to be looking out for.
Yeah, 100%, Matt. And if you even look at her ground balls today, statistically she had 4, which is above average for any player. But overall, she had 4 goals and 9 shots and 4 ground balls. So she was playing both excellent on the offensive side and defensive side of the ball.
Yeah, and 2 caused turnovers for her today. That helped lead the Lakers to 10 caused turnovers. Potsdam ended up having 19 turnovers, so Alexis Hill had a little bit of contribution towards that. Great performance out of her today. Another player that I was a little upset that I didn't see anything out of today on the Potsdam side of the field, was Megan McWilliams. I was really hoping that she was going to have a day for herself. She didn't end up with any points today, but she is still a force to be reckoned with on this Potsdam team. She's at 27 points so far this season, and she is somebody to still be looking out for in these final 2 matches. Now we are going to take a quick look around the SUNY. The final scores of today were here at Oswego State Stadium was Oswego 15, Potsdam 4. Buffalo State is still in the third quarter of their game. It's currently 6-9 Oneonta. Cortland absolutely destroyed Fredonia 13-4. So Cortland and Oswego both 7-0 in conference play now, both fighting for that number 1 spot. New Paltz destroyed Plattsburgh 19-1. That game's not over yet. There's still 6 minutes and 12 seconds left. And we got a great matchup at SUNY Mooresville currently. Canton is leading the Mustangs by 2, 10-8, going into the fourth quarter. So great games all across the SUNY today. We thank you so much for tuning in. I am Matt Rudolph, joined alongside Jack Dixon. Make sure to stay tuned for more WTOP broadcasts in the future. Have a fantastic evening.